Hello folks, how you doing? My name's Marc Gallagher. I am a musician based in Crewe, and my main bread and butter comes from performing live and singing with the ukulele. However, my degree was in music production. I love music technology and recording and everything in between. And I've got a pretty nice little home setup here. And I spent a lot of time buying and acquiring microphones. And I wanted to kind of just do a shootout of basically all of them and apply them to the human voice. What we're going to do is take a look at some of my microphones, and we were going to take a little just kind of talk about them and what I know of them so far from my experience. And then we're going to do a couple of direct shootouts with both my voice and also on the female voice, where I've brought in my friend Alice Yardy. So thanks to her for this. First microphone we're going to look at is the Sontronics STC-2. This is my first actual proper condenser microphone. I remember getting this in 2016 from a pawn shop for around 100 quid, and I love this. So it's, in terms of feature set, it's rather simple. It's got a little high pass filter and a 10 dB pad. It's a big bulky thing, but I really enjoy it. It's got such a marvelous top end. I just have neglected it lately in favor of some other microphones, which we will get to in a bit, but I absolutely adore this thing. Next microphone is the one I'm talking into right now, which is the AKG C414. This is the XLS, I believe, and it's one of the slightly newer-ish ones where it's got like more than just the standard 5 polar patterns. It's got your omni, cardioid, a wider cardioid, hyper, and figure of 8, but it's also got like these in-between positions as well as the high pass filter and the pad. This is one of my more recent additions because I've loved 414s forever, and it took me a while, maybe about a year ago, I think I might have actually finally got a proper one, because mic 3 that we're looking at as well is the AKG C414 B-ULS P1248, which is basically like the little brother of this. So if you could do a small size comparison, this is stupid. This still sounds really nice and bright, and has I've used it before often in some my teaching context when I'm doing some video calls and stuff. However, it also makes for a nice little mic on vocals, especially on acoustic instruments, in the few times I've tried it. But obviously we're going to try it on the human voice later on. Next one is the Ear Trumpet Labs Louise. So this is mainly designed as a microphone for live sound. It's often used as like a single mic approach. If you are just singing and playing your instrument, you can kind of just single mic your whole thing, and that's how I have used it before. But it's still a condenser microphone, so it's still going to have some fun, airy, sibilant qualities on the voice. Next up is my Neumann KMS-105. This is designed as a microphone for live use, similar to the ETL one. However, it's still a condenser, and it still sounds really nice, and I wanted to kind of include this in as part of this little shootout, just in case you were considering. I also have a couple of left field ones, ones that I don't know if I have actually tried on voice before, but I thought it would be rather interesting to do so. And that's why we've got the AKG C414, which is a small diaphragm condenser microphone. It is very well suited to something like an acoustic guitar. However, I'm intrigued to see how it sounds on the human voice, and that's kind of the joy of this experimentation. Next up is another small diaphragm. This is the Rode M5. This is my most recently acquired microphone. I bought it from Johnny Roadhouse in a little stereo set because I needed a pair of small diaphragm condensers. Obviously, something like this is more so suited to instruments like guitars, maybe ukuleles, and especially on something like cymbals, or to be used as like a stereo pair for miking drums as overheads. So I imagine it's going to be rather thin on vocals, but I want to just try it and see how we fare. And lastly, as part of this shootout, we're going to be looking at a ribbon microphone in the form of the Thomann T-Bone RM700. So this is a ribbon. It's slightly different in design and response. We've not got any dynamics as part of this shootout, but this one's going to be a little different, slightly lower output, so I'm going to have to crank the gain a little bit on it, but it should give quite a sweeter response, especially with the figure of 8 polar pattern and how that might engage with the overall capture. For this test, I'm going to be going through my Focusrite Scarlett interface and the preamp on that. I'm going to be adjusting the gain to make sure that the average level is about even, so we don't have that sort of bias as to thinking that a source that sounds louder is necessarily better. So that's the only thing I'm going to change. Otherwise, the placement is going to be the same. I'm going to have it at the same place within the room in general. And yeah, look forward to giving it a crack on both my voice and on my friend Alice's voice.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can.
So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand now. stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me, stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me, stand by me. Okay, so those are all the mics in my mic locker. What did you think? What were your favourite ones? I'll give a couple of my thoughts. My favourite ones were probably the 414, the regular one. Like, that is a wonderful microphone with such great body to it. It suits my voice especially because I've got a lower register naturally. So it really works well on my voice. It's what I used when I recorded Songs from Heavy Winter. We went into a different studio and like that was the mic we used on my voice. I love it. I also really enjoyed the Sontronics one. I thought that had some nice detail to it. Whereas the ribbon microphone, the T-Bone, I would only use that in specialist circumstances if I really needed it to, but like it wasn't quite for me. It didn't quite have the detail that I'd want in a vocal microphone in studio use. You might have also noticed that bonus microphone in the form of the Robin Evans one. That CB radio mic is like for sort of like cabin people and like airplanes and stuff like that, and Robin sold it as a merch item and I love it. It's a very character driven microphone and you would only really want it if you're looking for a very specific grainy quality, but it's really nice in that role as and when you do it. But yeah, my favorites were generally the Trumpet Labs Louise was nice, although it wasn't necessarily directly suited to being like used in a studio environment like this. It's more designed as a general wider capture thing, but it still sounds wonderful. And then yeah, the 414 and the Sontronics, they really stood out for me. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Let me know what your favorites were. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts because it's always nice hearing other people's takes on microphones as well. Until then, I'm Marc Gallagher and I'll catch you in the next video.